Hello everybody, welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. It's a little bit of a challenge. Now if you've looked at anything at all over the last bit, you'll know that this thing called Gymkhana is extremely popular. Who could have guessed? It's a bunch of very high-powered, noisy, all-wheel drive vehicles sliding about like maniacs, Mr. Kenny from the block, and I wanted to make my own Gymkhana, but naturally I had to dial it up a little bit. You see, I did some Googling on what vehicles were not being used in a Gymkhana video, or drifting video of any kind really, and I stumbled across this. The Mercedes-Benz 6x6 G-wagen monstrosity. And I was a little confused, because that seems like a video that get lots of views, lots of clicks, and although that's not the primary reason, I can easily see why that would be used and why that would get a lot of views. And that got me thinking, how hard could it be to make a drift vehicle with a 6x6? Now, I'm not good at tuning at all. I can tune top speed, I can tune somewhat acceleration. I can't tune drifting of any kind, so I downloaded a tune. There actually are a few. This seemed to be the best one. Don't remember the name of it, sorry fella, but this seemed to be the best one. And I put a cool paint job on it, because that's what you need when you're drifting, and started and got to work. I went out to practice at the train yard. And actually, at the train yard on loose surfaces, it's not as bad as I was expecting. You can get a fair bit of oversteer out of it. There is a slight issue. There was two slight issues. First, the sheer size of it. And I think about Gymkhana is going through incredibly tight gaps, really. That is one of the big things, is fitting incredibly, technical, high-speed drifting through a gap that really shouldn't be big enough for that car. And, well, with a vehicle that's, 2 times the length of a Fiesta, it's a little tricky. So, you had to get creative with that. You just had to work around that, manage the weight, which is, even in this lightest sense, 6,000 pounds plus. You gotta manage that quite well, and that's not very easy. And then you have the arguably bigger issue, the differential settings. You see, when I did do some tinkering with this vehicle for the tuning, you can't tune the differentials, which means it's always 6-wheel drive, and well, that means it's very difficult to drift. It has a lot of traction, and that's not very good for drifting when you need to slide it around at a stupidly steep angle. It tends to straighten itself out quite well, especially on the route that I had built for this. So it was going to be quite a challenge, and if you look at the route here, you might just be able to see it. It is very technical, because that's what Gymkhana is supposed to be, a technical, high-speed, and this does have some flat-out sections, some, very narrow. It does have a few gaps here and there that are just wide enough, let me clarify, just wide enough for the G-wagen here. And yeah, it took a lot of practice, but I did eventually get a run completed, so no other thing to say for it other than, I hope you guys enjoy, and thank you so much for watching. Now here is some hopefully interesting 6x6 Gymkhana.